Happy Monday. I hope everyone is doing well. I just made a video for my yoga channel and I wanted to make one here. And I'm just going to be really quick. It's going to be short because I had a long day. But Om Chadraya Namaha, and I'm going to spell it, okay? So it sounds like Chadraya, okay? If you want to say it that way. Om Chadraya Namaha. And Chadraya is the deity for the moon, okay? Now, it has a masculine and a feminine, depend on, what tradition. It's Vedic, but I've seen it written in the feminine. The moon is feminine. That's what I've always been taught. But also the masculine god, okay, in Vedic as well. So Om is basically the Sanskrit word for the creation, right? And then Chadraya is the name for the moon. And then Namaha is basically I salute and honor you when you kind of think of Namaste, but Namaha. Now, what I didn't say in the video on my yoga channel, if you are Cancer, well, I didn't mention rising sign in Cancer, North Node in Cancer, and Moon in Cancer. Okay, those are three powerful ones that will also help you connect even more powerfully to a full moon chant to the moon. Okay, and if you are born at Cancer, then great. The direction you'd want to face, usually you'd face east in a lot of the old, for yoga, the rise, when the sun is rising, that direction you'd want to face that way. But for the moon, you can face north. And if your zodiac sign is Cancer, north is your powerful direction in Vedic as well as in Chinese astrology, and in Western astrology as well. Okay. What else did I want to say? You can say it 108 times. I have my mala up there. Let me show you. So this is a huge mala that I made. Mala beads, right? I haven't used it for anything yet, but you can wear it over the left shoulder, I believe. But I haven't worn it yet or used anything, or, use it for anything. I still want to find the right bead, and I don't believe in rushing anything because there's so many different things we like, right? That I like. So I haven't rushed it yet. And when I lived in Japan, I wish I have one like this, but it's smaller. But I wish I had gotten one this big or try to find one. But this one, I made it from bracelets. I just went to Chinatown and got the big bracelets. And I think it took 12. And I might have had 2 beads left over, but I made it 108. Anyway, you want to say the mantra 108 times. And the purpose of saying this mantra, you don't have to be Cancer to say it. Knowing your birth chart is very important for whatever spiritual esoteric work you want to do, meditation. It's all for your empowerment for your life, right? These old ancient teachings, okay? So you don't have to be Cancer. Every zodiac sign is benefited by saying a mantra, especially the moon mantra, because we're on this planet and the moon affects us on this planet. And the element is water. And we know that when there's a full moon, the water pulls back further from the beach, the shore. And then when it rushes up to the shore, it doesn't go as far as it normally would on a day that's not the full moon and a night that's not the full moon, okay? And you'll notice the change, like, maybe 2 or 3 days before the full moon, on the full moon, and, maybe 2 days after, you'll see the difference. You'll see it. So we're made up mostly of water, so we are all affected. So you don't have to be a Cancerian, a Cancer sign, or have Cancer in your North Node, rising sign, or your moon sign. If you look at your zodiac chart and it's in a favorable, one of those three favorable positions, and you're not a Cancerian by your sun sign, your birth sign, and it's in those other 3 favorable spots, great. Also, the house that the sign of Cancer is in your birth chart will play a factor, okay? If it's in the house of Cancer, which is the 4th house. I was trying to remember. I was like, what house is that? The 4th house. Okay, then that's great. Okay, now the minutes that the sign is in that location on your birth chart is very powerful to know that too, because you want to say the mantra 108 times for however the duration is. But if you can master yourself to say it 108 times within, 11 minutes, as many 108 times you can equally get it, that's another practice that you could do. But you can do any kind of empowering moon salutation for 11 minutes, 8 minutes, or for 43 minutes. You want to connect to the energy of the moon for that duration of time is one practice that you can do. What else can I say that pertains to this channel that will help you? Why would you want to say the mantra? Okay. To increase your mental health strength, okay, to strengthen your mind, really, to make your mind stronger, to overcome emotional blockages or emotional weaknesses, okay. Gives you a peace of mind, also helps to heighten your intuition for yourself and the way that you communicate with others, or reading other people's behavior or motives. Also to help you, there's something else with that, to sharpen your predictions and feelings regarding the weather, especially any kind of weather phenomenon or weather issues dealing with water, because that's the element of the moon of Cancer that it's associated with to an extent. Okay, I'll get to that later. So it helps you to predict weather phenomena and just be more intuitive, as animals are more intuitive. Say like if there's a tsunami or any kind of water storm, the animals usually try to find high ground, right? So usually you see the animals and you're like, okay, it's time to go. All right. It also heightens your interpretations of your dreams, because we know our subconscious mind is trying to figure out answers to problems while we're asleep that we might miss when we're awake. It also helps us to predict, solve our problems during the day, but also understand other people's behavior. Like you might miss something that someone said and you're like, hey, that was meant this way. And either way, it doesn't matter, but you shouldn't be emotionally attached to other people's attitudes and so on. Don't let it disturb you. But it just makes you more heightened to, hey, I missed that, or, I missed that had a second meaning, or, oh, I saw that out of the corner of my eye. Oh, okay, that's what was going on. So it makes you more aware of that. And just, understanding the ways and reasons of the weather and so on. Another thing I wanted to mention, I'm trying to see. As you know, I already mentioned Monday is named after the moon. And there's something else that would help you. Oh yeah, Cancer. Okay, very, very interesting to know. So Cancer is ruled by the moon, exalted in Jupiter. So you could work with Jupiter as well. And deliberated in Saturn. Okay. And I'll go into that more in another video. All right. But the main thing is that this is a mantra that if you're interested in mantra, you come to this channel. People that like tarot will usually like other interesting spiritual studies. Now, this is another thing. The moon has markings of, the moon also has dead volcanoes, and it also has a path of the flow of the volcano. It also has markings of craters hitting the planet. So at the core, it has volcano, it has fire. So even though it's associated with water, it also has that element of fire as well. And in another video, I'll go more into that, but just want to keep it focused on connecting to this mantra and having it help you with your emotions, especially if you're Cancer. And if you get too hyper or too emotional at the full moon, this is a good mantra to say, and say it 100 times. And don't worry so much about how many minutes the moon is in in your chart, but that's another powerful way of connecting to the mantra as well. Oh yeah, the mala that you can make the mala out of is moonstone, okay? Opalite moonstone, and the other expensive one is a pearl. So, but moonstone is so beautiful. So if you can get a pearl and put it like as the last bead on there, then that's fine. But you know, the moonstone is so beautiful, and that will do the job as well. The metal is lead for the moon. That's associated with the moon. But the moon is made up of so many minerals and, you know, rocks, that it doesn't just have to be associated only with lead, but it's made up of other minerals as well. And the same minerals, a lot of the same minerals that are found in the moon is found on the earth. It's believed that the moon was once a part of the earth before it broke apart. And we have that connection, strong connection to the moon, okay? Where the sun, they would say the sun is feminine and the moon is masculine, but also if others interpret the moon as feminine as well, okay? What else? I think that's it. That's all that I wanted to share with you guys that I thought would be relevant. And next I will probably do Gemini. So I found out some pretty interesting things, and I thought that this would help you guys. If you're interested in this, great. And just click like and share with someone that you think would benefit from this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. You can definitely play this mantra just to listen to it, and have the sound vibrating through your room or your home on a Monday is also a good thing to do. And you know, when you first say a mantra, you might not pronounce it as well as great, but then as you go, you will get more into it, and it will become like your second language. So, all right. So thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your Monday.